All right, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Kai LaVeo once more. I bring to you another Dallas story. A lot of things are happening in Texas. Everything doesn't come big in Texas, or does it? So the new trend is, or should I say the new floss is, to live in a luxury apartment downtown in any big city. But the problem is, what happens when there's major issues in these buildings leading up to contract termination? Just because you pay your rent on time every month does not guarantee you will not be evicted. Let's go ahead and see what happened.
It's been a week since the Mercantile was evacuated after a water line on the 20th floor flooded and caused an electrical short. Today they found out they all have to find new places to live permanently. Making things worse, there's no electricity and no working elevators to aid in them moving out. They have to walk down flights of stairs, crazy, carrying all their stuff.
Well, aren't you a breath of fresh air, Amelia? I mean, I usually don't go for that ethnicity, but I mean, I might change my mind tonight.
Fox 4's Amelia Jones spoke to some of those people today. Amelia.
Yeah, Steve, you can imagine their frustration. And now this evening, learning that news from the property management company, saying that the damage to the building is so severe that it will be uninhabitable for a prolonged period of time. So tenants received notice that their leases were terminated and they now have 30 days to move out. Before that announcement, though, people were already at the building gathering their valuables because the property management company said they're going to open all of the doors to the units to promote airflow and decrease humidity. It's been 1 week since a water line ruptured in the historic Mercantile Place apartment building on Main Street in downtown Dallas.
All right, so check this out. For those of you that are not educated on homes versus buildings, commercial buildings, but see, here's the thing. When you live in a commercial building, I don't know if these luxury apartments and condos are considered commercial buildings because the codes are different compared to traditional apartments and homes, right? They're built out of completely different materials, but this is more on the setup side. Multiple layers, multiple units in a building. So usually there's no gas lines in these buildings. Usually there's heat pumps. So all that water coming from those pipes that busted, they're not saying if it was from plumbing, sewage, or if that's from HVAC. Because HVAC runs water lines too sometimes. It's the heat pump that converts hot air into cold air and cold air to hot air. And usually when those pipes bust from HVAC, it's like a pink colored water. It's warm. And when that pipe busts, you'll feel it was humidity. It just feels humid. So I just wanted to point that out.
The leak made its way to the electrical room on the 11th floor and caused a massive electrical short.
It's been a total nightmare.
Jacqueline Kalski lives on the 4th floor.
For the most part, we have no air, we have no electricity.
She's back to get valuable items since the property management company gave everyone 24 hours before all unit doors will be opened to promote airflow and decrease humidity.
We have one stairwell, we have no electricity.
Did you hear that? They have one stairwell. So if there's an emergency to really evacuate, like let's say the building's on fire, you have all these people crammed up in sardines going down one set of stairs when there should be a set of stairs in every corner of the building. That should be a violation code right there.
We have 0 elevators. It is an impossible task.
Several residents have told us they're concerned about potential theft if the doors are open. The electrical short is also impacting businesses that operate in the bottom of the building.
It's a mess. It's a mess. There had to be a way to prevent this from happening.
The city of Dallas says a code inspector visited the building on Wednesday and spoke with the property manager. According to the building's owner, Brookfield Properties, based out of Ohio, quote, "Given the scale and severity of the damage to the building's electrical infrastructure, we have determined the building will be uninhabitable for a prolonged period of time."
So that's where I get confused at. Does that mean that they're going to tear the building down and rebuild it completely? Because you can't always trust these management corporations, these property management corporations, they'll say one thing when really things were out of code and weren't up to date the whole time. Or if they know about a problem, they usually won't do anything about it until it turns into a big problem like this. But this kind of thing could happen at any given time. Things happen, pipes bust, things go out. It's not always predictable, but the goal is to attack a problem before it turns into a bigger problem and affects everybody to the point to where you have to terminate every tenant's contract.
Thursday evening, residents received notice their leases were terminated and they now have 30 days to move out. Some have already started this process. Thomas Collier is helping his nephew who lives on the 11th floor.
They're only allowing us to take stuff that doesn't create stairwell traffic. So just handheld stuff, clothes, essentials, medicines, things like that.
Collier says in the last week, his nephew has stayed at 2 temporary housing accommodations through his insurance.
It's been insane.
Brookfield Properties told Fox 4 it's trying to do right by tenants. The company will refund October's rent in full. Security deposits will be refunded in full. People will be given funds for any out-of-pocket costs they've spent. $3,700 for a 1-bedroom and $4,800 for a 2-bedroom.
That's what y'all paying for this luxury type high-rise living? Jeez. Those aren't, it's like, shit, my apartment's not even $3,000 a month. And I live in California in the Bay Area. So Dallas ain't worth a damn.
Still, people we spoke with believe Brookfield should have done more.
The inconvenience for everyone, I know it's an emergency, but it looks like really poor emergency planning, and the water damage combined with the electrical damage has created, forced all the tenants to bear the burden.
So it sounds like they have to redo the electrical and the plumbing, or whatever pipe that was too. So that's a lot of work in that building. The problem is, when this happens in a regular house, it's just the house itself. But when it's in a building with several units, you have to inspect every unit to make sure that there's not going to be a mold issue because of all the water that went across all over the place.
Jacqueline Kolsky texted me that it took her 6 hours to move in with elevators years ago. She can't even imagine how long it's going to take her now with only using the stairs, but she's considering herself lucky since she only lives on the 4th floor. Brookfield Properties says they are working with tenants to find them new housing. The city of Dallas says it will monitor the repairs.
Yeah, if I had couches and tables, I would just leave it there and just buy a new couch and tables for when I go to the next apartment. Or, unless you really want to bring all that stuff down the only set of stairs in that building. Stupid. This is Kyle LaVeo. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.